change day for the Rancher. We're gonna get it done today so we can go ride. I'm gonna show you how to do it and do it the right way. Now the kit I got off Amazon was an oil change kit. It's for 2007 to current year, but obviously the process of changing it is gonna be different for each machine. This is a 2025, so the plastics are a lot different than say a 2007. So you're gonna need your oil change kit. I'll leave a link in the description for this one. Always use Honda stuff on your Hondas. Come on, guys. Comes with the oil filter, drain plug washer, your O-ring seals. You're gonna need a funnel, 8mm socket, 17mm socket for the drain plug. This one's for the oil filter housing. You may or may not need this as a pick. Sometimes it's hard to get that little O-ring out. Paper towels and a grocery bag to not make such a big mess. Now the first step, obviously, which you should know but you might not, is you need to let the bike warm up for a little while, about 5 minutes, and then shut it off, let the oil settle back down so the oil comes out a little easier. Other than that, next what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the seat off, and then you're gonna start taking this plastic off, which is a pain in the butt. It's a little difficult, but you can do it. You got one up here, just popping it out like that. Other side's the same way. Start popping it out. Bring it down here and up here to this one. There we go. Now it's coming off. You should get this whole thing off. You got a four-wheel drive, it makes it a little difficult getting past that knob. All right, there she is. Now we can see what we're doing in here. Go ahead and get your drain pan under there. And then we're gonna take that 17mm socket, crack it open, and try not to get our hand messy. I like to go ahead and crack the fill open so that it comes out a little easier. Just kind of leave it like that for now. Put your 17mm in there on the drain plug. Crack her open. All right, now let's see if we can't get our hands messy. I'm gonna try to do this without getting oil on my fingers. It usually don't work though. Almost there. Oh shit, definitely did not work. All right, we're ready to put the drain plug back in. Make sure you got your new washer on there. Do not forget that. And make sure the old one comes off also, just in case it gets stuck. Go ahead and tighten it back up. Not too tight, but you'll know when too tight is too tight. Good right there. Double paper towel. Clean up that dribble. And we're gonna move on to the oil filter now. All right, so for the oil filter, get your sack, put it right there underneath. This is gonna get messy. This is a messy little process right here. Paper towels are there to just kind of catch some of the oil and make it not drip out of the bag in case there's a hole in it. Once you got that set up, get your ratchet, start taking your little bolts off. There comes your oil. All right, there's your housing. There's your oil filter. Go ahead and just drop that in the bag there. Then get your paper towel and kind of clean up around here. Make sure that spring stays in there. I don't know if you can see it. A little spring in there. Make sure that stays in there. You don't want that falling out. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little O-ring out right here and replace it with a new one. And then the one that comes around this oil filter housing needs to be replaced too. All right, so get your little pick. Get this little O-ring out here. And we get our new one in there. There we go. To get a little bit of oil on my finger so it sticks good and it don't come out. There we go. Nice and easy. Alright, so for the O-ring for our little oil filter housing here, or little cap, whatever you want to call it, just get your little pick, come in here and get it on off of there. It comes off pretty easy. Get our new one. Just going around it like that. It gets on pretty easy, it's not too hard. So that's ready. Now we can do our oil filter. Now this goes on a certain way, so make sure you put it on right, because if you put it on backwards, you will burn your engine up and you'll be spending a lot of money. So I don't know if you can see this. It says this side and spring towards engine. So this side goes towards the engine. This side says outside towards filter cover, which is this. So make sure you put this in right. All right, so get your filter facing the right way. Go ahead and put it on the housing like this. Make sure your little O-ring right here didn't fall out, because mine did, and I almost didn't see it. That would have been bad. Make sure your little surfaces are clean. Go ahead and stick it back in like that. And we're gonna get our bolt started here. Start this one. Get your little socket. Go ahead and get them cranked down a little bit. And we're gonna start tightening them up. Now I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's about 7 foot-pounds you want to crank these down to, but I just get them, you know, good little snug. It don't need to be nothing crazy. Just don't overdo it. All right, oil filter's done. Now we're gonna fill her up. The funnel kind of sucks, so I'm gonna go a little slow here. One done. We're gonna do about 2 3/4 of what we got here out of these 3 bottles. About 3/4 of the last bottle, because sometimes you can put too much in it, even with these 3. We're gonna put about 3/4 of this in, check it, and then we're gonna put the dipstick back in. Let the boiler run for a few minutes and let the oil settle back down, and then check it again. If it needs more, then we'll add more, and if not, then we'll be good to go. Go ahead and check it real quick. Now we check the oil on these. Don't screw it in. To check oil on these, you have to leave it unthreaded and dip it in and then check it. It looks like we're pretty good right there, so we're gonna screw it in, let the 4-wheeler run for about 5 minutes, turn it off, let it settle, and come back and see what it looks like. All right, we let it run and gave it some time for the oil to settle back down, so now we're gonna check it. First, we're gonna take this out, wipe it off, and then just stick it back in. Do not thread it in. Still looking pretty good. Yeah, put these plastics back on, and I'm gonna show you how to reset the service light on the dash. And here's the hard part. Getting this junk back on. It never wants to go back on easy. So there's a pin right here. I don't know if you can see that. It goes in this hole. Just kind of get everything forward and half-ass in place. Pin in that hole. There's one back here. You can kind of feel the pin and where the grommet is, where it pushes into. And just kind of try your best to get it in there. It's a little difficult at times. There's that one in. There's one down here somewhere. I'll try here. This side, back on. Thank the Lord. Comes in right here. You can kind of feel it But this one behind here is very hard to fill. I mean, it's almost luck getting it in there. All right, got it. We're good to go. You can go ahead and put your seat back on. All right, so to reset your dash, the service light on your dash, you're gonna hold down the dash button, turn the key on. The dash light starts blinking, let go. Turn the key off. And turn the key back on. And there you go. It's done. So that was an oil change. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Leave a comment if you got any questions. I'll be sure to answer them. So, all right, thank y'all.